South Africa's political arena has been rocked once again, and this time, the tremors are shaking the very foundations of the presidency. ANC Secretary-General Fikile Mbalula has dropped a political bombshell by confirming what many thought was just another one of Julius Malema's headline-grabbing statements, that President Cyril Ramaphosa seriously considered resigning from office. The revelation comes after EFF leader Julius Malema, during a fiery rally over the weekend, told supporters that Ramaphosa had been on the brink of stepping down during the height of the Phala Phala scandal. Malema claimed that behind closed doors, the president was ready to hand over the keys to the union buildings but was convinced to stay on by a close circle of advisors. For days, political analysts dismissed Malema's remarks as exaggerated political theater, until Mbalula unexpectedly confirmed them. Speaking during a media briefing at Luthuli House, Mbalula admitted, "Yes, the president went through a very difficult period. There was a point where he felt the pressure was unbearable. He considered it, but the ANC engaged him. We said to him, 'You can't walk away when the movement and the country need you most.'" Those words instantly sent shockwaves through political circles, confirming that South Africa came far closer to a presidential resignation than the public ever realized. The Phala Phala farm scandal, involving the theft of foreign currency hidden in furniture at Ramaphosa's game farm, had already placed the president in an impossible position. Opposition parties pounced, the ANC itself seemed divided, and public trust plummeted. Malema's narrative was that Ramaphosa had no fight left and was preparing a graceful exit to avoid further humiliation. The ANC's top brass, however, saw such a move as catastrophic, especially with a national election looming. For Mbalula, who is usually known for his combative and sometimes flamboyant communication style, the confirmation was delivered in an unusually serious and reflective tone. He made it clear that the ANC believed Ramaphosa's resignation would have left the party vulnerable and leaderless at a critical moment in its history. "We rallied around him," Mbalula said. "Leadership is tested in times of difficulty, and we reminded him of the responsibility he carries." The EFF wasted no time celebrating the fact that their leader's claim had been validated by none other than the ANC's own Secretary-General. Party spokesperson Leon Matthews called it proof that Ramaphosa governs without conviction, staying in office only when begged to do so. The DA took a different approach, arguing that the confirmation lays bare the instability at the highest levels of government and renewed their call for the president to step aside in favor of decisive leadership. Insiders have long whispered that many within the ANC feared that Ramaphosa's resignation would open the door to internal chaos and potentially fracture the party ahead of the 2024 elections. According to political analysts, Mbalula's confirmation now validates those fears, and suggests that the ANC's decision to keep Ramaphosa was as much about self-preservation as it was about stability. Social media lit up within minutes of Mbalula's comments. Supporters of Ramaphosa framed the revelation as proof that he is a human leader who persevered despite immense pressure. Critics, however, saw it as further evidence of indecisiveness and lack of political will. Hashtags like #AlmostResigned and #RamaphosaTruth began trending, with South Africans debating whether the president's near resignation was a moment of weakness or a sign of honesty in leadership. While the dust is far from settled, one thing is clear: this confirmation has reshaped the political conversation in South Africa. Ramaphosa now faces renewed questions about his commitment to the presidency, while Mbalula's candor may have inadvertently armed the opposition with fresh ammunition. In the end, the revelation that Ramaphosa almost walked away adds another dramatic chapter to the saga of his presidency, one marked by scandals, political storms, and the constant push and pull between personal will and political duty. Whether he emerges from this stronger or further weakened remains to be seen.